Oh hey, it's Alice. So I had the choice today between putting my makeup on or just sitting at my desk and doing work and filming, so I opted for the second one, which involved the less effort, so ignore my face. But today is the third video in my university work series thing, whatever I want to call it. Basically, I've shown you my third year university work, my second year university work, and now this is my first year university work. So I've kind of gone backwards, but hopefully if you watch them you'll be able to see how I've progressed, what kind of changed, and what I made and how it all kind of differed. So in first year, for those of you who don't know, I did media production at the University of Lincoln. I got a first class honours degree. Whoop whoop, so excited. And I graduate on the 11th of September 2018, which is not long away. And I'm very excited, very nervous, but so happy it's all over. And in our course, we have a range of different topics in first year. I think I did 6 different creative subjects in first year. So design was actually only like 1/6 of my degree in first year, so I don't have as much design work, but I'm going to kind of show you a range of the different stuff we did. So in first year I did design, radio, TV, digital media, photography, script, and then I did like 2 essay-based projects as well. So we're going to go straight into design. So I actually have just discovered that my first year design work was on PowerPoint, which is something that we never did again, and I kind of am embarrassed that we did that, but I'm presuming that's what we got asked to do. So this is what we did. We had to make a magazine design, and I opted to do a YouTuber related magazine, of course, and basically we were asked to kind of write down our ideas. So we got given this little notebook and we had to like draft it up, stick in our ideas, write it all down. So I kind of did loads of cutting and sticking and decided to do a YouTube magazine for an older audience, honest and stripped back. There's Eve Bennett. And then kind of did a little, I don't know, it's like a scrapbook kind of thing. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, we had to do this. I sat on the floor and I stuck loads of stuff in this little book for kind of ideas, looked at different existing magazines, looked into colours. I think at some point I do like the colour wheel, which actually shows through all 3 years of my uni stuff. And I wanted to use like strong model poses, maybe illustrations. I don't know, I was just basically cutting and sticking a load of stuff that I liked the look of. And then I was trying to sort out the font for the title. I wanted it to be called Honest, and there all the different kind of fonts that I looked at. And then I looked into typography, the different styles of typography. Oh my god. Yeah, I kind of went to the library and learnt some things and then wrote it all down in this book. Very messily, but you know, it made sense to me. And then I tried more ideas for the title, some spread ideas. So it's a very faint drawing, but I kind of drew out the ideas I had with the layout. It's quite interesting actually, because I did a magazine in third year and comparing them is really weird. And then developed the spreads a little bit more, and then I got into the colour wheel stuff. Again, I don't know why I stuck these in different colour palettes. I don't know, selecting colours, I think this was what we were doing. So in like Illustrator and Photoshop you can select the colours of an image, so I'm presuming that's why I did that. And then the colour wheel, and then a load of scribbles. Don't know why I did that. Yeah, this first year booklet is a lot more random. These are the little projects that we had to do per class. So this was another lesson that we did, and we learned how to use Illustrator. So these were actually the first bits of things I ever designed in Illustrator, 1 to 16, and I did different little projects. I don't know, it helped me use the tools in Illustrator. Oh no, wait, it was InDesign. It literally says in the top corner. What am I even doing? And then I came to a decision with the font. I liked the bottom one, so I wrote down the font and then played around with some kind of background images. Oh look, there's modelling images of me when I was like 16. That's weird. And then here are the few drafts for the cover that I came up with. So I actually just went onto people's blogs and kind of pinched the photos, which you're totally not allowed to do, but because the work's not getting published, it was fine. So I looked into using like a red and orange yellowy theme and used different fonts, used Bethany Motor, and you can kind of see the progression between me changing the layout of it all. And then this is the first draft. So along the top you can see how I progressed. So the left one is the first one, and then you go along, and then the final one is in the bottom right hand corner, and I actually quite like that. It looks a bit cluttered for my liking now, but I mean, my tutor liked it and I think I got a really good grade for this. So yeah, and then again you can see the progression, and the bottom right hand corner are the two final designs. And then this was kind of like a pull out page for like a poster, so I found this photo of all like the OG YouTubers and did like some weird funky edit on it, and that would be a poster that you could take out. So yeah, this is the final magazine. Got Bethany Motor on the front, a very pixelated image, it looks okay. Then the second page is Tanya and Jim, super cute. And then Naomi's page, again pixelated image, but this is things I've learned since first year. And then this page with some of my pals, and then the final poster. So I don't think we had to do that many spreads. I think we did about 6 and that's it. So that was pretty much all we did for design in first year. You can kind of see how I was learning things. It was super basic, but that's kind of the foundations for me knowing what I know now. So if you are interested in more of the stuff that I've done recently, you can watch the second year and third year videos. But for digital media, which is to use things like After Effects and kind of combining design and animating it, we had to make a like 30-20 second little title sequence thing, and we got given a specific name. So we had 3 names to choose from. I chose the name Dreamtime, and we could kind of come up with whatever we wanted. So this is my Dreamtime animation. I've not watched this for a while. There we go. So I made that animation step by step. So all the little bits of graphics I designed. So the little man, I made him in like Photoshop, and then I animated his legs, made him walk, made the trees, literally made every single little bit of this. It took me so long and I really did enjoy it. I was torn between choosing this topic for my final year, but I decided to go for design because, I don't know, I'm a little bit more confident in design rather than animation. So yeah, I did this, made the little balloon, the clouds, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this, to be honest. For something that I made in first year, I quite like it. And then like made him blink and his expression. It took me so long, but yeah, that was kind of my digital media work, which, I mean, a lot of people ask me if I can use After Effects, and that kind of shows that I can, but it takes a lot of patience. I get really annoyed at it and I have to be in the mood, so I'm glad I didn't end up choosing After Effects based things for my final year, because yeah, I did enjoy it and I am capable of making like the odd little thing, but I could not spend my life doing that because it just drives me insane. And then I suppose the final one that I can actually show you is photography. I did obviously do radio, script and TV, but radio is obviously just an audio file. And we did like was it an hour or half an hour long radio show? That was really good. I ended up getting like 80% in that one, which is amazing. TV, we did a whole TV show. I was the director. It was super stressful. It was hard working in a group of like 14 of us. And then script, we wrote our own script. Definitely not my strongest point, wasn't built to make scripts. I think I got my lowest grade in that one. But photography, I suppose, kind of links in with it all. I think what I can gather from this photography work, I really can't remember, we had like 4 different topics, and photography generally is quite broad and you can adapt it to however you think. So we did one called Found, one called Appropriation, Portraits and Home. I think they are the 4 that we did. So for the Found one, we had to find an object somewhere and take a photo of it. I don't get it. So I found some Lucasade bottles on a field, and this was the one that I used myself, and then I found like a gross one in the field, and then I found another one in the other field. So I kind of set up my little studio set up in my conservatory and took these photos. My tutor actually loved these, and I was a bit confused. I don't know. Oh, you can kind of see my little studio set up here, look. So that's the little setup I did to take that photo. I had my tripod upside down, and then a little roll of back paper, and then the bottle. How very exciting. And then we did appropriation, which I think was just changing a original image and making it something different. So I did the girl with the pearl earring and did it in kind of like a selfie form, so pretending she was taking a selfie. So I did like the peace sign. I added Ariana Grande's face into it, added a bit of texture on the hand, wrote #selfie. Then I did model culture, so I kind of showed the difference between, like, previously Marilyn Monroe was really fashionable, she was more curvy, and then it became more fashionable to be really skinny. I did the Mona Lisa take Kim Kardashian, so this was kind of the time when Kim Kardashian did the champagne thing on her bum, so I did like Mona Lisa breaks the internet and added Mona Lisa onto it and just edited it. It's so random. So for my stranger one, I actually just kind of went around London and took photos of people taking photos. I don't know how I kind of made it a project, but I liked the idea of people taking selfies and me watching them take a selfie. Bit creepy. So yeah, that's what I did with that. And then I did some self-portraits. So this is me looking super posy in my bra, posing around, and my tutor really liked that I had the skills to use a studio, because obviously, well, you might not know, but I used to be a photographer, so I do know how to use like a photo studio. And that's about it for that one. And then what was the final one? Oh, home. So for the home brief, we had to think of 4 images that represent home for us. So I did one for my grandma, my granddad. Oh no, I must have done 5. My mum, my dad, and my brother. So for my grandma, I did her stood in her garden in her natural habitat, and I love that photo, she looks so cute. For my granddad, I actually did originally take one of like the tulips in the graveyard that he's in, because unfortunately my granddad passed away before I went to university, but my tutor was awful about it and made me want to cry in the middle of lesson, and I ended up having to go back and take one of like my granddad's flat cap on the fence of the churchyard that he's buried in. I did one of my mum and my brother and my dad, but I really don't know where they are. But yeah, basically my brother's was him stood at work, my mum was her stood behind her desk at work, and my dad's was him stood in front of his shed in the garden, because it was kind of like representing what I think of a home as. So my home for me is my family. But yeah, that's it. That is the random array of work I did in first year. I can totally tell how much I've managed to change and how much I've developed since then. Hopefully you guys can as well. If you do have any questions about my course, about what I learned, about anything to do with university or my work that you've seen, please do let me know. I'll try my best to reply. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. I'm posting loads more graphic design related content now. So yeah, I hope you will come back to see more, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye!